Can people change their fate? Maybe you have already believed that everything is destined. The person we introduce today. I will explain to you what it means that my fate is in my own hands. At first, he was a street thug. He is depressed and obese. Weight reached 272 kgs. A real waste material. Today, he is an idol of the U.S. Army. It is also the only one in history. By U.S. Navy Special Warfare SEALs, Army Rangers. People who have received 3 elite trainings, including the Air Force Tactical Control Group. He is also the creator of the Guinness World Record for pull-ups. He was hailed by the American media as the strongest man on earth. He is David Goggins. Today, we read his autobiography, Invulnerability. Let's learn how this American grassroots fought back. How to turn a bad hand into a winning hand. Take your destiny firmly into your own hands. A story that inspired countless readers around the world. In 1975, David Goggins was born in New York, USA, a wealthy neighborhood in Buffalo. When he was a child, Goggins' family of 4 live in a 2-story building. 4-bedroom white wooden house. This house, located on the corner of a road called Paradise Road. In the eyes of outsiders, this is a happy family. But for David Goggins, this road to heaven is a suffocating hell. David Goggins grew up with a demon. This devil is no one else. It was his biological father, Turnus Goggins. Goggins as a child. The thing I fear most is going to physical education class. Because of short sleeves and shorts, it would expose his scarred body. Once people know, his father will definitely not forgive him. At that time, David Goggins' father opened an ice skating rink. Little Goggins with his mother and brother. Every night I have to work like a slave for my father. They often work until late at night. But I can't get a penny of salary. And if you make the slightest mistake, your father will beat you severely. Goggins recalled. Father treats prostitute. It's better than treating them 3 people. One day, Goggins' mother saw. My father was having an affair with a prostitute. The mother was very angry. But my father didn't care. Because my father knows. The mother has no independent source of income. Once, my father beat my mother until her face was covered in blood. Young David Goggins rushed over and hit him, crying to my abusive father, "Don't hit my mother." My father just sneered and said to my mother, "You raised a little rascal." In the mind of little Goggins, his hatred for this demon, growing all the time. He sometimes resists. But I will only be beaten more violently. Life on Paradise Road is hopeless. 8-year-old brother Kings. I'm tired of this hellish life. He really doesn't care whether he lives or dies. Later, a kind neighbor gave his mother an idea. He tricked Trunnies into giving him a credit card. He can finally take care of the kids. Escape from his father's clutches. Escape from that hell. After a long journey, Mother Goggins with her children. Back to grandparents. Home in Brazil, Indiana. But after escaping from the clutches, good luck did not come to Goggins. Because I work for my devil father every day. This caused little Goggins to fall behind in his studies. Arrived at the new school. He was the only black child. And the dumbest one. He was labeled a special child. Being discriminated against by classmates everywhere. Not only that, he also met a bad teacher. Not only did he not have the patience to help Goggins. Instead, he issued an ultimatum. Either you follow, either go away. Goggins once naively thought. School is his safe haven. But I never thought this would be another hell. This period. Goggins' anxiety became worse. Start losing hair. Spots also began to appear on the body. Diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD. As a result, he couldn't keep up with his studies. So he started cheating. Could life be any worse? For Goggins, the answer is yes. In 4th grade, Goggins' mother is in love. The person he likes is Wilma Thoen, a carpenter and contractor of some note. There is no violence in him. Goggins sees a positive father figure. Wilmoth always plays basketball with Goggins Jr. play games, and spend time with him. Goggins felt a rare sense of relief. The appearance of the stepfather made the mother and son seem to have someone to rely on. Their lives seemed to be getting better and better. But all the good things were shattered on Christmas Eve 1989. Stepfather Wilmoth. He was shot dead in his garage that night. Goggins was only 14 years old at the time. Life fell into darkness again. At the same time, Goggins in adolescence. Gradually I felt the deeper malice of this world. Goggins High School has 1,200 students. There are only 5 black students. On and off campus. He began to feel discrimination. A Spanish lesson. He found on the title page of his textbook. There was a line of words written on it. Nigger. We're going to kill you. He was extremely angry. And told myself I don't belong in this damn place. He didn't know who hated him so much. Just because of his skin color. They wanted to kill him. From then on, Goggins began to dress like a street gang member. He wants. Maybe this way no one would dare to trouble him. In fact, this is just to cover up his fragile heart. If you stand next to viewer's perspective, Goggins, no doubt you have given up any chance of success, heading towards disaster. But in fact, he didn't give up all hope. He has a dream deep in his heart. I want to join the Air Force. Goggins' grandfather. He was a cook in the Air Force for 37 years. He is very proud of his identity, even after retiring. I also wear military uniform to church on Sundays. And even if I'm just sitting on the damn porch, also wearing military uniform. This kind of pride. Motivating Goggins. Want to join the United States Civil Defense Air Patrol. Goggins naively thought. You don't need to pay attention to studying when you join the Army. He thought the military would accept any card. But 2 things hit him hard in the face and inspire him to change. The first one was in my senior year of high school. Failed the military occupational aptitude test. This is a military version of the set. American college entrance examination. He can't cheat on the exam this time. On the test paper with a full score of 99 points. Goggins only scored 20 points. You know, the passing score at that time was only 36 points. The second thing was a letter from my high school. After Wilmoth was murdered, Goggins' mother continues to be in an emotional black hole. His way of coping is to numb himself with busyness. He no longer cares about Goggins' grades. Mother and son. It's like strangers living under the same roof. Until my mother received a letter from the school. The letter said, because the number of unexcused absences accounts for 1/4 of the total school hours, Goggins' average grade is D, unless he is in his senior year of high school. Significantly improve test scores and attendance rates. Otherwise, you won't graduate. The mother said to Goggins over the phone, exhausted. You're about to be expelled from school. Goggins realized the seriousness of the matter. When I got home, I saw the walls of my room were covered with poster of basketball star Jordan and U.S. Special Forces. He felt that a certain fire in his heart had gone out. After taking a shower that night, Goggins wipes the condensation off an old bathroom mirror. Look carefully at the person in the mirror. A coward. A waste with no goals and no future. He wanted to punch that bastard in the mirror in the face, breaking glass. But he didn't do that. He began to talk to himself calmly. Look at you. What makes you think the Air Force wants a piece of shit like you? You are useless. Lost all my face. You're a stupid bastard. The literacy level is only that of the 3rd grade of primary school. You're a fucking joke. In this life, besides playing basketball, I haven't tried anything. You have a goal. Damn hilarious. Have you ever seen a soldier with his pants hanging under his buttocks? Stop imitating gang members all the time. These monkey shows are a waste of time. Stop taking shortcuts. You should grow up the fuck. After this 3-hit soul-searching, Goggins seemed to be enlightened at that moment. He began a self-interventionist psychological dialogue. He told himself, the responsibility lies with oneself. He said it was right. I know your life is a mess. I know what you've been through. Because I was there to witness the spineless bitch. Merry fucking Christmas. No one will come to rescue you. Your mom won't. Nor will Wilmeth. No one will come. You have to save yourself. After saying this, Goggins feels like a reincarnation. Because this is the first time he takes responsibility for himself. After a new ritual was born that would accompany him for many years. The ceremony is simple. He shaves his face and scalp every night. Speak the truth to yourself out loud. Set goals at the same time. Write on a sticky note. Stick it on the mirror. Because he holds himself accountable to the goals he sets every day. For example, initial goals include reshaping your appearance. And without anyone's reminder, complete all household chores. On the mirror's sticky note, it says, 1. Every day is like being in the army. Make your bed. 2. Pull up your pants. 3. Shave your scalp every morning. 4. Mow the grass. 5. Wash all the dishes. Later, he would stand in front of the mirror. Be honest with yourself. Questioning one's soul. Write down your goals. A ritual that finally allows you to take responsibility. Mirror of accountability. In the future life, this psychological tool also helped Goggins overcome many difficulties time and time again. Resurrection from the bottom. Goggins says, the core of the accountability mirror is, you must take responsibility for yourself directly. Because the only way we can change is to face yourself honestly. For example, you see a fat person in the mirror. Don't tell yourself you need to lose a kilo. But tell the truth you are fucking fat. Just tell the truth. If you are fat, just tell yourself the truth. The flaws you see in the mirror every day, I'll tell you the truth. So why lie to yourself? Another example. If you have been working for 30 years, doing annoying things day after day, just because of fear of giving up and taking risks, then you have actually been living like a coward. Here's the truth. Tell the truth to yourself. You've wasted too much time. Do you have other dreams that require courage to realize? So I can't go to the grave as a coward. Yes, no one likes to hear the harsh truth. But be honest with yourself. Point out your own problem. This is the most important step to change everything. After the conversation before the accountability tribute, Goggins started running every day. One day, he ran 21 kilometers in one breath. Inside, this was the most he had ever run in his life. Since then, he began to crave discomfort. Rain or snow. He told himself to put on his shoes and go running. Gradually, he became stronger. The ability to adapt is also getting stronger. He studied day and night at the dining table. I hope to pass the S-Law exam. His craziness. Copy and memorize word by word. Finally passed the exam on the third try. Joined the coveted Civil Air Patrol. You might think this is the beginning of Goggins' dream. But during my 4 years in the Air Force. But it became his most shameful for years. At first, Goggins was the star recruit in the Army. He is 188 centimeters tall. Weight 80 kilograms. Strong and agile. He performed very well in training. But gradually, the challenges in the military are getting more difficult. In particular, a training program called Water Confidence. For the restless Goggins, he needs to overcome both physical and psychological fears. Goggins is the only black person in the unit. This reminded him of a childhood in a rural small town in Indiana. The more difficult it is to train confidence in the water. The dark waters of the past rose higher. Almost killed him, Goggins recalled in the book. When other students are sleeping, that mixture of intense fear and anger, flowing in my veins. Nighttime random thoughts. It has become a self-fulfilling prophecy, predicting inevitable failure. Because of the fear of losing control, I'm releasing something I can't control. Giving up mentality. After a challenging partner breathing exercise, Goggins's giving up mentality reached its peak. The next morning, fate left him a way to escape. The doctor told Goggins, Sickle-shaped blood cells were found in his body. This will increase the risk of sudden death from cardiac arrest. The military didn't want him to die in training, so he was kicked out of training on medical grounds. Goggins pretended to take the news hard. It's like my dream has been taken away. There was also a scene of a rage. In fact, he was ecstatic. A few days later, the doctor changed his mind. Although there is no clear statement, it's safe for Goggins to continue training. But they said, the medical community still does not fully understand this cell shape. So, should I continue training or quit training? Ultimately, it's up to Goggins himself. When I returned for training, the embassy chief told Goggins, he has missed too much training. If you want to continue, you have to start from the first day of the first week. Starting over. That is to say, Goggins is facing no less than 4 weeks of training, but have to endure 10 more weeks of fear, anger, and insomnia. The head of the embassy glared at Goggins. Waiting for his reply, Goggins began to back out. Actually, the historian knew very little about the sickle-shaped snowball in his life. This makes me very uneasy. Then the historian nodded, expressionless, signed the document. Goggins quits the training forever. Although the document states, the reason for quitting training is sickle-shaped snowball. It's not giving up voluntarily. But Goggins knows the truth. I chose to be a deserter out of fear. After training, Goggins was transferred to Fort Campbell, Kentucky, in the Tactical Air Control Group working with Special Forces. Ta-CP completed 4 years of military service. He wasn't proud of it, but I often feel ashamed of my deserter mentality. So he borrowed the gym and the kitchen table too. To deal with that shame, he started lifting weights. The more you practice, the bigger your body becomes. Every day is eating, lifting, weightlifting, eating. In the Air Force, the last days of service, weight is close to 115 kilograms. After retirement, muscle and fat continue to increase until the weight is close to 136 kilograms. He wants to become a big guy. To hide the real David, Goggins originally weighed 80 kilograms, tucked in with 21-inch biceps, and in the relaxed and atrophied body, he grew a thick mustache, make everyone who sees him feel scared. But deep down, he knows he's a wimp. That feeling haunts him all the time. After retiring, Goggins finally found a job. Pest control technician jobs. One day, at the end, after this $1,000 a month job as a cockroach exterminator, Goggins from the Steak and Shake chain bought a large milkshake. Then go to the convenience store, bought a box of Hostess mini chocolate donuts. On the way home, he gobbled these things up because food was his poison of choice. After arriving home, he turned on the TV, dragging my heavy body to take a shower. Then, I vaguely heard a voice coming from the TV. Navy SEALs. The strongest in the world. He immediately wrapped his fat body in a bath towel, rushing back to the living room. Sit on the couch for 30 minutes without moving. The TV was playing a Discovery Channel show. Narrating. Navy SEAL Basic Underwater Demolition Training 2. 24 Training Class. How to Pass Hell Island. This is the most physically demanding military training for the most difficult series of tasks. On TV, those men are sweating profusely, painfully passing through a muddy obstacle course. Run with logs held high on the soft sand, shivering in the cold waves. When I see some strong-looking people, ring the bell to exit. Goggins' scalp was covered with sweat. He remembered my experience of training in the Airborne Rescue Force. Remember this time. The more people on TV insist on training, the more painful it is. Goggins is more jealous of them, because the more he looked, the more certain. The answer's hidden in those sufferings. It's the answer he's been needing. So, Goggins, who weighs about 136 kilograms, decided to become a Navy SEAL. After that, every morning after get off work, he will be sent to Navy recruiting offices across the country. Called, but was rejected without exception. Once, A local recruiting office met with him. He went to the scene, but was laughed at crazily because he's too fat. In their eyes, he's just another delusional imposter. Goggins didn't give up. He finally called the local Navy Reserve. This phone call, he met his mentor Stephen Shacho. Sergeant Shacho is an experienced naval officer. They were looking for new recruits for the Navy. The first time he saw Goggins, I didn't laugh at his size, but tell him the challenges he needs to face. Yes, Goggins must be in less than 3 months. Lost 48 kilograms. At the same time, I have to retake the nightmare as FAR exam and achieve higher grades. After struggling again and again, Goggins is determined to defeat himself. His typical day goes like this. Wake up at 4:30 in the morning. Eat a banana. Then read the books as for the exam. Take that book with you to the exercise bike around 5 o'clock. Studying for 2 hours while sweating. Then drive to Carmel High School. Jump into the pool and swim for 2 hours. Then go to the gym for a series of training. Includes bench press, incline press, and lots of leg work. Then get back on the exercise bike and ride for another 2 hours. During this period, he eats a small amount of food every day. After a simple dinner, ride the exercise bike for another 2 hours. Then sleep. Wake up and do it again. That's all. In the harsh, hellish devil training, in the flash of giving, the inner demon who wants to retreat is struggling. Goggins is increasingly anxious. Once fell into depression. Some nights when I feel down, he'll call Stephen Shacho. Tell him how much I lost. How much effort did you put in? To cheer myself up. There is no shortcut to success. Only persistence. Typically, out of the 190 people who attend SEAL training, only about 40 people can complete all the training. Goggins' goal is to be the best. In the end, he successfully lost 48 kilograms in 3 months and passed the S4 exam with 65 points. After knowing the results, Goggins with tears in his eyes. I called my mom. He told her I fucking did it. I fucking did it. I'm going to be a SEAL. After applying, Goggins begins formal Navy SEAL training. During this period, the intensity and pressure were beyond Goggins's imagination. There is not only on the beach, training of carrying 140 caddies logs, and the surf torture of lying in the cold water. Even the instructor's various perverted torture and humiliation. In the end, Goggins succeeded in standing in the Navy SEAL team. At the graduation ceremony, 156 people participated in the training. In the end, only 25 people succeeded. The elimination rate for this year is 84%. And Goggins is one of that 16%. He graduated with honors. Become the first Navy SEAL in history. 36th Black graduate. After retiring from the Navy SEALs, Goggins's journey to overcome difficulties. Just the beginning. To help the children of deceased comrades go to college, he decided to enter the competition. Raise funds for the Special Operations Warrior Foundation. He took a fancy to a game called Badwater 135, the world's 10 most difficult competitions. From California, Death Valley is 85 meters below sea level. Death Valley starts running all the way to the Whitney Trailhead at 2,548 meters above sea level. Winnipeg ends 217 kilometers, because it's equivalent to 135 miles. That's why it's called Badwater 135. The competition was deliberately held in July, because it was the hottest time. The local temperature is 54 degrees Celsius. This is the ultramarathon within the ultramarathon. But the Navy SEALs are no use. He has to run 160 kilometers before he is eligible to register. Goggins had no training. I ran 80 kilometers right away. Then the body starts to have problems. My thighs feel like they are filled with lead. Rumbling sound in the lungs. Mucus constantly leaking from the mouth. The most frightening thing is, he started running and peeing blood. The foot has cracks due to stress fractures. But he persisted like a madman. 19 hours later, Goggins finished the game. Just reached the end. He fainted on the ground. 7 out of 10 toenails fell off. He was then rushed to the hospital. Because the rescue was timely. Saved his life. After recovery, Goggins in Airs We won 35 marathon. Got 5th place. In the following 2 years, Goggins is on a roll. Participated in 16 super endurance races. Helping comrades. Family raises more than $2 million. 2008. Runner's World magazine named him a running hero. To continue raising more donations, Goggins set sights on pull-up record challenge after 2 consecutive failures. 3rd attempt. After 17 hours of hard work, Goggins did 4,030 pull-ups. It broke the world record of Genscher at that time. It is no exaggeration to call him the strongest man on earth. Now, Goggins still regularly participates in various endurance challenges, invited to be a guest at various events and forums. He appeared in 2018. I published my autobiography. Invulnerability quickly sparked heated discussions on the internet. This book has long been a phenomenal bestseller. Rated 4.7 on Amazon. More than 90,000 readers rated. His deeds have since become popular all over the world. It will be impossible to trigger. The Goggins mentality boom. Goggins wrote in his autobiography, Heraclitus, a 5th century BC philosopher. When describing the people on the battlefield, he wrote, every 100 people, 10 people who shouldn't be on the battlefield. 80 are just cannon fodder. 9 are real warriors. We are lucky to have them. Because of them there is fighting. But there is only one. Only the one and only one can be called a warrior. Yes, that's David Goggins. A 1 in 100 warrior. A legend of changing destiny. Thank you for watching today. If you find the video interesting, please subscribe, like, and comment. I will try my best to bring you more good works.